20 years ago, the vision of the Montego Bay perimeter road was born, but previous governments couldn't do it because they just didn't have the wherewithal, the resources. They didn't manage the economy well. Now, 2 years ago, we broke ground. I'm wearing a shirt similar to this. And I can stand here today, 2 years hence, and I'm very pleased to see that they have started asphalting, putting on the final layer on parts of the road. But that's how long it takes. That's how long it takes. So I understand your frustration. I can't come and lie to you and tell you that, you're going to get the water 10 days after the election. Or we're going to come and build 50,000 houses. I can't come and tell you falsehood. There are processes in place. But what you should take hope in is that the processes are funded, you see evidence of it working, and we continue to manage the engine of the economy that will deliver these projects.
We're helping to connect communities, create jobs, and support Jamaica's growth. NROC is currently working on the Montego Bay Perimeter Road project, which includes the Montego Bay Bypass, the Long Hill Bypass, and upgrades to Barnett Street and West Green Avenue. When completed, this will form part of our network of toll roads that will provide safe, secure, and seamless travel for Jamaicans.
I know everyone has heard about the Montego Bay Perimeter Road. The majority of this road is being constructed in my St. James West Central constituency. Looking on what is actually taking place at this site, I was thinking of the price that we pay for progress. We always want the outcome, but sometimes it's so very difficult to go through the process. Right here where I am, the government has compulsorily acquired some of the property because we will have one of the entrance and exit roads to the highway. And right down there, you're seeing major construction taking place. A lot is happening in St. James West Central. A whole lot is happening in St. James West Central. Montego Bay has never looked this good.
As you can see, there are several exciting transformational projects planned for the southwestern region, including Fonthill. Yes, with its world-class ecotourism potential, Fonthill is down for development. The airport in Little London, which was already announced, that will be brought on to the NARA project sheet, and the new urban center in Negril, that as well will be brought on to the NARA sheet. And I wanted to just draw your attention to the road network. There, the lines in red are showing you new highways and corridors that will be built. One of them will be the extension of the east-west highway from the Williamsfield leg bypassing Spur Tree. And then there is another corridor which will not run on the coast, but more inland, but will connect to where the new Black River Urban Center will be. So all of these roads will be under NARA, and they will be started and completed within the next 4 years. In fact, these roads should be completed within the next 3 years. What we learned from the hurricane is that in the immediate few days, we did not have access. The roads were impassable, they were blocked. And one of the problems was just how the road was built. We had no challenges with the highways. No highway was blocked because these roads were built to different standards, different drainage provisions were made. Now, St. Elizabeth, which didn't have it before, will now have 2 modern highways traversing the parish. Madam Speaker, I now turn to the northwest end of the island. Anyone who has driven from Montego Bay to Negril knows the bottlenecks at Hopewell and Lucy. This is not just a quality of life frustration, it is an economic cost. Every hour of unnecessary journey time is a deterrent to tourism investment, a disincentive to the visitor's experience, and a brake on the development of Hanover's enormous untapped potential. Madam Speaker, Hanover has so much potential, but it is, almost like an interland in Jamaica. And in the same way that we have opened up St. Thomas, we will open up Hanover for development. The government will advance the Hopewell and Lucy bypass, running through a connection point on the Long Hill bypass, which is already under construction, in St. James, traversing westward with Link Road serving both Hopewell and Lucy before terminating on the westward side of Lucy. The alignment will run approximately 3 kilometers south of the existing coastal road. This will unlock the entire waterfront stretch between Montego Bay and Negril as prime resort lands. In addition to the bypass, we intend to develop the Lucy Harbour into a premium boating destination. Sheltered from the prevailing winds, with deep natural water and proximity to emerging resorts on that belt between Montego Bay and Negril, Lucy Harbour has every natural attribute required to become a premium boating destination. So under NARA, this is something that we will do to create the economic incentive, but this is a perfect project for private sector. And so NARA will stimulate, facilitate, coordinate, but more than that, get it done quickly. The town of Lucy itself is similarly at risk for storm and wave action. In other words, it faces the same threats as Black River. In fact, probably worse, because Lucy is actually below sea level. So I wish to indicate here that consideration is being given to the eventual construction of a new town center for Lucy when the bypass that we have spoken about is complete. So we won't do it in this round. We can't take on too much. But let's do the bypass first, and then we do the new urban center.